So, Goldman theory was more emphasizing upon certain skills and competencies that are required for performing the best performance in organizations. So, this theory was mainly focused on 4 important domains: self awareness, self management, social awareness and relationship management. However, this theory further modified, which we will be discussing later on in details. Now, going further to the Barron's approach of personality measure of EI. In fact, Robert Barron is the first person to come up with a global tool of emotional intelligence measure, which is very popular, known as the Barron's EQI. The Barron's EQI. This is known as the first measure of emotional intelligence, global measure of emotional intelligence, where Barron tries to describe emotional intelligence from the point of view of how a person copes with difficult situations and how quickly he comes out of adversity. We will also look into those things, and Cooper and Sabab wrote a book on emotional intelligence in business organizations, where they tried to emphasize upon some aspect of human personality styles, coping styles, and some aspect of competencies. So, that is why it is known as a mixed approach, where they try to evaluate certain EQ skills, competencies, values, emotional literacy, etc., etc. We will also be examining all those domains in details in our ongoing discussion. These are 3 important definitions that came out of research and literature. The first definitions given by Goldman. Goldman says that emotional intelligence is the capacity for recognizing our own emotions and of others. This is very important, and the first sign of emotional intelligence. When you ask some people, I used to often ask people, how are you? The very general question when you meet somebody, how are you? Even if the person is looking very sad, says I am fine, and some people say I am okay. So, when somebody even not fine, but saying fine, is that accurate assessment of one's emotions? No. See, in these conditions what happens, even the person perceive accurately is, but he does not express also accurately. So, that is why Cooper and Sabab come up with one framework known as emotional literacy, that measures 3 important domains: self awareness of others, and that is one more third dimension is also emotional expressions. So, how accurately you perceive is equally important, how accurately you express also, that should match with each other, otherwise that will give a wrong message to outside world. Otherwise, if you do not say that I am not good, how others will feel that you are in distress or you are in stress. So, that is the main point of concern. And second is for motivating ourselves. The moment you look a smile on somebody's face, or a person whom with you are interacting, you feel happy, you feel also very positive. So, that brings motivation, zeal, interest within yourself, that facilitate the next level of interactions, and that is the power of emotional intelligence. But many times what happens, we understand, we regulate, but we are not able to manage it effectively. Say for like family conflicts, every family you will find there is some or other emotional conflict between kids, between parents, between kids and parents, between neighborhoods, and most of them are emotional in nature, and it all happens due to misunderstanding. Many people say it is easy to create relations, but it is difficult to maintain that relations for longer time, because in our relations there is there is every moment you are expecting an emotional conflict. So, who is sacrificing, who is holding, it requires a lot of interpersonal equations, and that is the tricks of maintaining high level of emotional intelligence in the long run. we will discuss details about that. So, in fact that becomes the root cause of a healthy relationship. Many times what happens, most of the family conflicts or couples conflict in family between husband and wife happens because of ego class. Something you are trying to overpower with your partners, which your partner does not approve, and that is where the conflict begins. So, how that needs to be minimized, we will look into in our next level of discussion. Now, coming back to the Barron's definition, Barron says that EI is concerned with understanding oneself and others, relating to people, adapting to and coping with the immediate surroundings. So, it is basically how quickly you can adapt to new situations, new surroundings. So, it exactly highlights, when you are in Rome, are you behaving like a Roman or not. So, that summarizes about also the tricks of emotional intelligence, but emotional intelligence also displays an increase in one's ability to be more successful in dealing with one's environmental demands. So, like when you join an organization, there are various peoples in the organization you never met before, and different people have different expectations. So, how you are fulfilling their demands will decide your survival in that organization, otherwise as a member of the group you will be failing. So, that is where exactly Barron insists that an intelligent, emotional intelligent person, he quickly reads out the environmental clues, he quickly reads out the behavioral patterns of his surroundings, his colleagues, his team members, etc. easily, and accordingly he cope with the situations and fulfills the demands of others. So, if you look at the ability model, there are Mayer and Salovey, they emphasizes 4 important branches of emotional intelligence. To begin with the first one, emotional identification, perception and expressions. So, it labels to the ability to perceive and identify emotions in faces, tone of voice, body language. Somebody is shouting at you, are you getting any message on that? Somebody is not shouting, but a coolly showing very emotionally angry face. Just like nowadays, in WhatsApp, people instead of communicating verbal languages, they are switching over to different pictures, pictorial mode, facial expressions, and that communicates all messages, whether you are emotionally comfortable with the message or not. The next is the capacity for self awareness. How competent you are understanding emotional vocabulary or emotional words used by your counterpart, that will also decide. Say for example, like being aware of your own feelings as they are occurring. Many times we are not comfortable, but in order to make others happy, we say no, I am okay. No, you should not. You should express your discomfort if you are really experiencing discomfort. Maybe not in that exact time. If the situation demand, you can stay pause for a while and you can convey it in your leisure time, but you should express. Holding your discomfort may create emotional turmoil within a person. Say for example, like the capacity for emotional literacy, being able to label specific feelings in yourself and others, being able to discuss emotions and communicate clearly and directly. Most of the time we have seen in our daily interactions what happens, many conflict arises out of misunderstanding. People say that was not my intention, by mistake I have expressed that. So, what is that by mistake? No, that is actually not by mistake, that has been communicated because you are running shortage of exact words, exact vocabulary, that is what we call emotional vocabulary. So, a person need to be emotionally intelligent, also need to be good in emotional vocabulary to express his feelings, his perceptions towards other persons. The second characteristics is that emotional facilitations of thoughts. Can emotion facilitate our thought? Because we often say that emotion always spoils our thinking. That is not correct. Emotion can facilitate. If you are in a good mood, you can stretch out your intentions, you can help people, but if you are on an angry mood, they say, no, I do not have time, I am going. So, that is the power of emotions, but the ability to incorporate feelings into analysis, reasoning, problem solving and decision making. Many times suddenly the change from angry behavior to very normal behavior, suddenly they realize, oh my God, what did I do? He is a poor fellow, why should I display my anger on him? Say for example, like suppose you are coming out of your chamber, when you move towards the road, suddenly you find a beggar is sitting over there begging for a 5 rupee or 10 rupees, but suddenly you realize, no, you are a professional, you should not help the beggars, beggary is a social menace, that does not fulfill. So, one side your logic, but when you just pass through him one step ahead of him, then you suddenly looked back, oh my God, what did I do? I should not have treated this poor fellow like this. Then you come back and drop a coin on his bowl. So, this is how we change our perspective when we bring little bit of analysis, reasoning and problem solving to our decision making process, and that is where we are facilitating our thought process, which is emotionally loaded, and often we call him as irrational. Then the third characteristics is called emotional understanding, one's ability to solve emotional problems. There are people, they easily solve emotional problems, while others struggle a lot. People, those who are able to identify and understand the interrelationship between emotion, thoughts and behavior. Say for examples like today morning you got up and suddenly you feel there is a little bit of headache, and you do not want to compromise with your headache. You decide that suddenly, okay, I will not go to class today, I will boycott all classes. You will ask your friend to help you to do proxy in your class attendance. And see, a little bit of mood swing is changing the whole perspective for the day. That is the power of emotions. But the moment you realize that, no, if I do not attend class, once a day I will be losing my attendance, other side I will be losing my academics, what will be taught in the class may not be known to me for next couple of days. So, it is an irreparable loss that is happening to you just for the sake of a mood swing. Then suddenly your perspective changes, irrespective of all the pain of headache, then you start getting ready for your class. That is how emotion, a feeling that influence your perception and changes your thought. So, your feeling leading to thoughts, bringing change, and acting on that thought process is resulting in your behavior. And this is how the emotional understanding brings the interconnection between emotion, thought and behavior. If you are feeling happy, it is extending helping behavior. If you are feeling anxiety, tension, strain, then you feel not to help others, you feel as if the whole world is against you. So, that is how emotion is shaping our behavior. This is also one of the important way. Many times we behave very professionally, emotionally very hardcore professionals, bringing all emotion, logic, reasoning to our arguments. But many times what happens, you just enjoy the moment and then forget. Many people, they do not celebrate their own birthday, but they wish to be part of others' birthday. Why? How many of us we plan to celebrate our birthday 6 months before, 1 year before? The way you prepare or get prepared for very important entrance examinations, like nowadays these kids from 10th class onwards, some of them are starting JEE preparation from 7th standard onwards. Those who are preparing from civil services in India, you may not have seen, I have seen from 10th class people starting their preparation for civil services, putting all the troubles to their mind, but nobody tried to remember the good moments of their lives. So, that is where now positive psychology is emerging. We always utilized all our mental energies to cope with adversity. We never utilized our mental energy for enjoyment, for good perspectives, for flourishing. That is where we negatively utilized human energy most of the times. But if you celebrate your happy moments, say for examples, your birthday, say for examples. So, how long you hold that momentum? Today is your birthday, you go invite some friends, go to hotel, you have a cake, then you order for dinner, music, dance, and next morning you forgot everything. Do you derive any positive things out of those celebrations that could facilitate your next couple of days? No, not. But if you have a you have a fight with your friend, how long it lasts? It lasts for days, months, years. So, that is why if you do not manage the positive moments of your life, what do you call the loadings of positive emotions, you cannot derive happiness and health. Your life will be full of stress and strain. So, even some point of time Tendulkar said that it is very difficult to manage success and happiness in human life. I am aware of his old friend, Tendulkar's old friend, Binod Kambli. The whole world knows, even India was highly excited about both of them, who successively, I think, broken all records before during their domestic matches, and they enter into Indian team at the same time. But thereafter, you just look who is where. Tendulkar became the god of cricket, and Kambli could not find a place in Indian team. People often observe him, somewhere he is in some reality show, somewhere giving interview to media persons in such an awkward way, he becomes next day's breaking news. So, what I am trying to say that suppose you are out of over happiness, people do this and that does not take them forward, that ruin their images. So, that is why emotional management is the toughest job in this world. The ability to take responsibility for one's own emotions and happiness. Many times, we keep on blaming others. No, I failed in this project because I could not get support from my team. But if you succeed, you take all the credit. You say it all happened because of me. It should not be. So, one side, if it keeps on happening, that will demoralize your team, your group. So, ability to turn negative emotions into positive learning and growth and opportunity is also equally important. It is not that people only suffers from bad times. There are a lot many things you need to learn from your failure. So, that is why people often say that failure is the pillar of success. Some people said that this Wright brothers, they known for this aeroplane. Yes, before coming up with the full model, they experimented with many other models and they failed. Some people, when asked, don't you feel frustration out of this, that you have been trying and trying but failing? Then they said that at least we come to know that there are 50 ways of not doing this successfully. So, it is not wastage of time. It's also a thoughtful learning from our mistakes. We will not repeat that again, and that is how also human life goes on. The ability to learn from past mistakes and how quickly you can come out of adversity, because that is not end of life. Because the sorrow and happiness, they are just the two sides of the same coin. They are just coming and going. Nobody is permanent in this world. One has to keep on moving, and that is how you need to turn your negative things to positive one, and that is how emotional intelligence creates scope for positive learning and growth. To sum up, emotional intelligence is the ability to experience and express emotions in self and others appropriately. In other words, it is simply the way knowing how to separate healthy from unhealthy feelings and how to turn negative feelings into positive one. Let us have a small exercise where we will see how quickly we or how quickly and how appropriately and accurately we identify our emotions in our daily life. That would facilitate the understanding of human emotions. Well, so these are a couple of complex pictures with full of complexities, black and white pictures. It has been drawn in on black and white because intentionally, not to give any clear projection of a particular emotions, because we want to, because human emotions are so complex, very difficult to understand them and judge them. So, that is why I used to often ask the participants, what kind of emotion does each figure display? Some people used to say silent, some people used to say tense, and very surprised also some students say that are full of tension and anxiety. But if you look at all the facial expressions in details, eyes, nose, lips and the entire face, you will find that it shows a very calm and composed face. So, most of the participants evaluate it as calmness, right. And if you go to the next one, what would be the next, what kind of emotion it is? Yes, first of all, is it a positive emotion or negative emotion? Okay. So, that much is correct so far. So, if it is a negative emotions, then what kind of negative emotion would it be? Yes? Yeah, scared is there, okay, scared. Some people say surprise, some people say afraid, some people say so what could be the correct answer? So, if you look at the eyebrows, eyes and lips, so more or less it seems to be afraid, scared or afraid, you can say. What could be the next emotions? So, little bit in high level of expression in negative directions. If you look at the third one, so I am talking about this, what kind of emotion is, and what kind of emotion does this figure display? Is it surprise or a little bit more than that? Because the person seems to be bit frustrated. So most of the participants also they talk about this is a frustration or aggression. But aggression is a behavior, so that is why we do not take it as that, but it is a sign of frustration. If you look at the number 4, what would be the correct emotion? Yes, it's a very clear sign of anger, expression of anger. If you look at the 5th one, yes. So, how do you know that disgusting? Nose, eyes, leaves. These are three important markers of identifying these emotional reactions. If you go forward, you look at the person is seem to be happy go lucky, is not it? So, happy. If you move forward, you will find some more pictures. Yeah. Number 7, can you identify it in a right kind of, what could be the right kind of emotion? Yes. Many people often interpret in terms of thinking, but we are not interested in thinking, we are interested in feeling. So, most of the participants have been seen evaluating it as stress. Why it is stress? Eyes are heavily closed, nose seems to be little excited, and person is smoking too much. So, we often see that people, those who are stressed, they drink a lot, they smoke a lot. So, that is why we label it as severe stress. If you look at the number 8, so what is it? So, first up, this is a gentleman or gentle lady? Lady. So, expression of lady is what? Yes, quite angry. She is quite angry. In fact, she is shouting. So, his mouth is wide open with a very angry face. So, most of the participants, they say shouting. Number 9, so you can guess it only from his mouth. So, most of the cases we have seen, it is a shock. If you move forward, look at the 10, number 10, what type of emotion is? The person is very confident, outgoing, very seems to be very successful. Yes, content, you can say. We call it as jovial or content. Number 11, as if the whole world is lost. So, what could be the accurate emotion it is? Yes, is completely shattered. So, what is that? He has done something. Oh my God, what did I do? No? It could be considered as guilty, regret, what is the last one? Number 12. Cry, simple crying. Thank you very much. So, these are some of the basic emotions we try to identify and give an impression to people that what is their current status of assessment of human emotions. We will come back and take it forward from here. Thank you.